If you're thinking about moving to Valparaiso, Indiana with your family, the question you're probably asking yourself is Valparaiso, Indiana a good place for families? Is it actually a good place to raise kids and build a life? I'm a Valparaiso real estate agent, and I'm a very long time Valparaiso resident and a long time Valparaiso homeowner. And I could look at you and say, yes, Valparaiso is an excellent place to raise a family. The questions I'm most commonly asked as a real estate agent are the schools good? Is the city safe? Uh, are there neighborhoods that fit my lifestyle? Are there things to do? And is it worth the cost? My answer for most home buyers who are thinking about purchasing a home in Valparaiso is yes, because I think Valparaiso is one of the best places to live in Northwest Indiana for families. And here's why. So first I want to start by taking a look at the schools. One really interesting fact about Valparaiso is, and if you're not familiar with Indiana, school assignment is typically based on the township in which you live in, and that's how it works in Indiana. So one fact that a lot of people not as familiar with Valparaiso don't realize is that Valparaiso addresses, so a home where the city part of the address is Valparaiso, they actually feed into 6 different school districts. So I think it's very important that home buyers know that. The other part of that is there's a very wide spectrum of schools, school experiences available to people who are buying Valparaiso homes. The number one biggest is going to be Valparaiso Community Schools, so I'll take a moment to speak about that. If you purchase a home in Valparaiso and it's located in Center Township, your students will go to Valparaiso Community Schools. It's a very large school district with thousands of students, numerous elementary schools, 2 middle schools, Thomas Jefferson and Benjamin Franklin, and Valparaiso High School. It's a large school district, so it's a 5A. What that means, that just means it's big. And what else that means is a tremendous amount of resources, a tremendous amount of extracurricular activities, and a tremendous amount of athletic activities. So if you're looking to get into a school district with a really wide spectrum of opportunities to help all students be successful, Valparaiso Community Schools, which are very high performing, are an excellent option and lead to, yes, Valparaiso is a great place to raise a family. Other school districts, let's go to Duneland. So if you purchase a home with a Valparaiso address in Liberty Township or in Jackson Township, and some of those neighborhoods up there would be Timberland Farms, Woods of the Winding Creek, Eagle Ridge, Lexington Farms, High Meadows, and 2 of my very favorites, White Thorn Woods, and St. Andre. Those are 2 of my very favorite subdivisions. Up there you'd be in Duneland Schools. Duneland Schools, it's pretty much the exact same thing as what I just described about Valparaiso Community Schools. After that, there's Portage Township or Portage Community Schools. So homes on the northwest side of Valparaiso in the South Haven community, those go to Portage Township Schools. Again, another very large school district. After that, you've got Union Township, so west central side of Valparaiso, outside of town. That's actually Union Township. Some neighborhoods there include Shorewood Forest, Sagamore, Salt Creek Commons, Arbor Lakes. Union Township, it's like a 3A school, so not as big as the Valparaiso Community Schools, but not as small as the next ones that are going to be on my list. You're going to find likely enough resources and a meaningful amount of extracurricular and athletic activities for your students, but not as much as you would likely see at a Valparaiso, Duneland, or Portage. Lastly, there's on the east side of Valparaiso, outside of town, is Washington Township, which is part of the East Porter County School Corporation. Washington Township runs its own independent schools inside of the East Porter County School Corporation District. This is a 1A school. I can talk a lot about Washington Township because I actually spent kindergarten through 12th grade attending Washington Township School. Very small school, kind of a farm, rural school community type of situation. I believe to this day they average about 60, 65 children per grade. So relatively small, and that's going to limit the numbers of extracurricular and athletic opportunities available to students. Like Valparaiso Community Schools, they have a football team. Uh, Washington Township School, they do not have a football team. Uh, um, Another one, the southeast of Valparaiso, would be Morgan Township. Neighborhoods in Morgan Township include Grand Prairie, that comes to mind. That's going to be just like a Washington Township. It's also in the East Porter County School Corporation, and is a 1A school, 60, 65, maybe 70 students per the entirety of the grade. Also, you can find a handful of homes in Boone Township. That's going to be further southwest. And that's going to be, again, I kind of jumped around a little. That's going to be more like a 3A, kind of like I described Union. Also, Porter Township. Porter Township, some neighborhoods there would be Prairie Landings, Forest View Estates. Those are in Porter Township. Again, that's going to be like a 3A. So a very wide spectrum of schools. I can say as you look at those different schools, each of those are going to have really high school quality. And for the most part, nearly the entirety of the list, except for your lowest performer would likely be Portage Community Schools, just by a little bit, not a really, really meaningful margin. But you're going to see a lot of high quality attendance, high graduation rates, and high onward to college situations. The second most often question is Valparaiso a safe place to live? So let's get off schools, go on to that. Valparaiso is a very safe place to live. Violent crime rates are extremely low compared to the state and the national average. And this is one of the reasons that many families choose to live in Valparaiso, and one of the reasons that Valparaiso real estate performs so well. Valparaiso has a violent crime rate that is 65% less than the state average for the Indiana statewide average. And our violent crime rate is 96% lower than the nationwide rate. The property crime rate is also very low. Our property crime rate here is 49% lower than what you see for the Indiana statewide average. Third, so again, really safe place to live. I've lived here nearly my entire life, all except for just a small handful of months. It's an incredibly safe city to live in. Third, things to do. I think a conception about Valparaiso is that there's just nothing to do here and nothing going on. I think that's a major misstatement, especially families with young kids. I think there's a tremendous amount of things to do here in Valparaiso. There's parks all throughout the city. I think the Valparaiso Parks Department does an excellent job keeping things taken care of, looking good, looking in good repair, those kinds of things. And with ongoing improvements occurring to the parks on a pretty regular basis. Valparaiso is a very large park off of Glendale, kind of central to the city. It's got a really large playground, so if you have children who are the age that would really enjoy a really large playground structure, that's definitely a place to go. Also over there, we've got some pickleball courts. Rogers Lakewood Park, which I believe is actually owned by the county, not the city, but it's just outside of Valparaiso. I mean, just outside the city limits. Lots of walking trails and small inland lakes. That's a really enjoyable time. We also have Valparaiso, which is a dedicated dog park that's owned by the city. Downtown, we've got Central Park Plaza. They're doing summer concerts there, summer movie nights there. We turn it into an ice rink during the winter months. Adjacent to it, we've got a splash pad for the summer months. We run a farmer's market there twice a week. And the Valparaiso Events organization, they send a booklet every year, late winter, very early spring, and it's just pages of all the different events that they're going to be running all year long. And we have a really cute, really walkable downtown, lots of little shops, boutiques, lots of restaurants, lots of different style of restaurants, and it makes for a really fun community. Fourth is neighborhoods. I think this is a really substantial one. Every home buyer has a set of needs that they're wanting to resolve. So I like to ask about a neighborhood that the home buyer is looking for. I could share with you, it's incredibly likely Valparaiso has a neighborhood that would work for your needs. We have downtown neighborhoods. We have in the middle part of the city, we have kind of more like mid-century style homes, a lot of 1950s, 60s, early 70s builds. There's luxury neighborhoods inside of the city limits. There's middle market, there's entry-level market neighborhoods all inside the city limits. Then surrounding the city, again, more of the same, entry-level markets, middle markets, again, luxury homes. We do have lakefront communities here. Shorewood Forest has lakefront properties. North side of Valparaiso around the chain of lakes. Again, downtown is where you can find some historic homes, or if you like those really old style homes. If you're looking for new construction, we have a lot of it. Again, a lot of middle market homes like what Lennar and Olthoff have been building, mostly on the west side of town. The Brooks, that is getting built up near Valparaiso High School. Those are new homes that I would say are larger and more expensive than just the middle market. We've got more classical luxury homes. Manchester Meadows comes to mind. Again, some in Shorewood, Whitethorn Woods. And then go even further out and you'll start to find homes on, multiple acre lots and becoming almost more like an estate style type of situation. And then we also have a lot of homes of kind of the patio home style, whether they're a paired half duplex or it is a single family. Hawthorne East, they have some great single family homes that are those 15, 16, 1700 square foot homes, no basement, no stairs situations. So there is a neighborhood for everybody in Valparaiso. Yeah, there really is. And two, I think another great one too is we're starting to really see really exceptional uptake and desire for high-end multi-unit, so condos, townhomes that have been recently built and are at the higher end of finishes and those types of things. Calkins Square or Calkins Corner comes to mind, and St. Paul Square, that comes to mind. Those types of developments where we're taking space already inside the city and renewing it. And I think those projects are just going really fantastic, and we see that those properties continue to turn over. People are staying interested in those. Okay, next though, I would like to talk about home prices. Home prices in Valparaiso, they are high. I think what that comes from is several factors. The first factor is that Valparaiso is a really high quality area to live in, so you should expect to pay more for a home when it is a high quality area. That's just the way things go. Second of all, there's a lot of new construction homes around Valparaiso, and that helps push up home values throughout the area. Or as we look at statistics, it'll pull up that average and median sale price, and we do. Olthoff building Westwind. I think they were still working on Magnolia Meadows. I know they have another subdivision going up soon, Haven Homes. They have a subdivision going up over by Emerald Ridge. The Brooks, just all those different projects. And also we have a lot of large homes. We have some really unique geographic features. Shorewood Forest with its private lake, those lakefront homes sell for a high dollar, and all of that continues to lift up those home prices. I wouldn't be very weary or too overly concerned about maybe feeling like you're buying at the top. I think Valparaiso real estate will continue to excel and continue to go up. It will, rising tides lift all boats. So long as economics hold together, I think Valparaiso will just continue to excel. And if macroeconomic things became a little bit soft, I think Valparaiso would stall a little, but I don't believe in any way there would be some type of massive crash, exodus or something. Valparaiso is just not a market that really would be set up for that type of a scenario in a more negative black swan kind of economic cycle. So finally, commuting and location. Yes, you can make the daily commute from Valparaiso to Chicago. It is within a reasonable distance to do that. In addition, we have some mass transit options. The Valparaiso Dash is a bus service running Monday through Friday to take people from Valparaiso nonstop to downtown Chicago. Another choice is to hop on the South Shore commuter rail line. Closest station to Valparaiso, depending where you are, is either going to be the Duneland stop in Chesterton or the Portage stop at Ogden Dunes. Hop on the train, take you all the way down through the south side of Chicago, near University of Chicago, McCormick Place, and then stopping at the last stop's Millennium Station right downtown. And I think that kind of folds into things to do if you ever want to go take in the big city and all the wonderful things. Even just a week ago from when I'm shooting this video, I went up to Chicago to see a show and got to see a world-class show. It took me all of about 90 minutes to get up there and all that. I actually live farther on the south side of Valparaiso. I do believe people stay in Valparaiso for a lot of reasons. Great schools, low crime, lots of parks and activities, strong neighborhoods, variety of neighborhoods. The career opportunities are here, and it's a community that just continues to invest in the quality of life, really wanting to make things better tomorrow than what they are today, and just continuing to move forward with that. If you are considering moving to Valparaiso or even anywhere in Northwest Indiana, and want help understanding neighborhoods, schools, or even ways to reduce your buyer agent costs, just feel free to contact me. I am a Valparaiso-based real estate agent. I do work throughout Northwest Indiana, but I work in Valparaiso a lot because that is where I live. And I am a buyer-focused real estate agent, and my services help give a lot of buyers some strategic advantages that I know a lot of other real estate agents do not deliver because they just can't deliver it. Those strategic advantages I'm able to offer, they came from the landmark litigation that was settled in 2023, early 2024, dictating how buyer agency commission fees are handled. I offer low buyer agent commission fees. Today, you now do commit to a buyer agent and the fee that they charge you early on in the home buying process. Most agents aren't charging a fee up front, and neither do I. It's just the fee that you owe upon closing on a home. Most buyers are asking the sellers to pay it, and today it's pretty typical that sellers will pay something or all of a buyer's agency commission fee. But the less you ask a seller for gives you a strategic advantage. So I charge buyers less than most agents in the Valparaiso area and likely the Northwest Indiana area for my buyer real estate agent services. And how it gives you a strategic advantage, and I've already seen it happen several times this year, is if you're asking the seller for less in buyer agent commission fees. One time this year, for that fact alone, we were able to beat out there was two other competing offers. We were one of three, and we beat out two competing offers because of my low commission fee, and my buyers got the house, and two other buyers with two other agents did not get the house because there was only one house to sell. What I've also seen happen a couple times already is my buyers are able to offer a lower price and still get the home because that seller's looking at their final total, their net proceeds, and that net proceeds is higher with my lower buyer agent commission fee. So then that's giving my buyers the opportunity to offer less for the home and make their home purchase more affordable, or it's creating a pathway for them to get more closing cost credit from the home seller, which will offset a buyer's cash to close and total out-of-pocket expense at the closing table. Since 2017, me and my team, we've saved home buyers over $1.4 million by having them offer less than list price and getting their offer accepted. And we've helped buyers obtain over $380,000 in closing cost credits. So if you're thinking about buying a home in Valparaiso or even elsewhere in Northwest Indiana, you're kind of deciding between cities and towns, feel free to contact me. My name's Chuck Vanderstelt. I've been a real estate agent in Northwest Indiana since 2017. I am most focused on Valparaiso of all the cities and towns, but I've worked in about 35 or 40 of the 60 cities and towns in Northwest Indiana. But yeah, again, my name is Chuck Vanderstelt with the Quad Walls Real Estate Team. Feel free to reach out to me. I'd love to answer any questions you have about Valparaiso and it being a great place for families, or other questions related to Valparaiso, and any questions about the home buying